TikTok doc.
TikTok doc.
That's what Big Stem says.
Mm. Hello, hello.
It's 7:28 in our house.
It is 7:28.
But if you don't already know, my husband here is late for everything.
Here we go.
It's
Story
true.
time.
And you know it. You know it.
So, what's going on, party people?
Party people.
Yeah. How's it going on this fine Sunday? Early evening, late afternoon,
Hi,
evening.
Penny.
Penny, how are you doing? Can you hear us okay? Barry, how's it going? Bad Monkey, what's up, my man?
What up, guys?
Excellent.
Just okay, huh, Penny?
So we got some cool stuff to talk about tonight. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy it. Been doing some knife, knife, knife modifying.
Not fun.
Yeah, like this little guy right here. This is the QSP Penguin. This is one I did a while ago. I did some heat anodizing on all the stainless steel, the backspace, or the what am I trying to say? Standoffs. Holy cow! And the pocket clip, the thumb stud, the body screws, the pivot screw, and then I also textured the micarta. So yeah, doing some knife modifying. And as you guys know, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I've been doing some anodizing.
What's your opinion on the QSB Penguin?
My opinion on the QSP Penguin is it's a cool little knife. I like it a lot better now that I textured the micarta. I think, I was able to pick this up for $20, and I think it's a great little knife for $20. I wouldn't want to pay a lot more than that for it, but it's okay. It's it's just a cheap little EDC knife. I like the Warncliffe blade. So if you can find it for really anything under $30, I think you're not doing too bad. It does come with polished micarta though, so I don't really care for that. So I'm a fan of the micarta having texture to it, and to me, polished micarta is just a waste of good micarta. So
Stud Fishing wants to know if you want to do some trading and to check your email. He hasn't heard back from you.
I just saw your comment a few minutes ago, Stud Fishing, and I saw that you're in the market for some Tucson's. If you sent me an email, I will send you back, once we're done with this live stream, I'll send you back a list of what I have currently for sale. And if there's something on there you want, then great. So thought I'd show off a little anodizing here. I don't know what you guys think about that right there, but we're getting into doing a little more fancy stuff, if you will.
Because you know we fancy folks.
Yeah, we fancy folk. So we just did a little design on this side right here, and then I also
That's
did
a Celtic knot, boys and gals.
Yeah, little Celtic knot. And what was the triangle one called?
A trefoil.
A trefoil.
I think.
Molly is Scottish, so she's up on all the Celtic knots.
Yeah, I mean it could be known by something else, but that's.
But yeah, just showing off some different stuff here. You guys have to let me know what you think about that. And then let me move some stuff out of the way here.
Yeah, trefoil.
This one right here, something a little different. Molly picked all these colors out, so if you don't like the colors, blame her. Oop.
Yeah, come at me, bro. Come at me.
I'm dropping stuff here. So I'm actually going to assemble this knife while we're talking here tonight.
What's up, Big Red?
What's up, Big Red? What do you think of the new anodizing going on here? Hopefully you guys can see this okay, and it's looks good on camera.
Oh yeah, the new logo. Penny said, "Where's that at?"
That on the back right there.
She's hidden.
If that's what you're talking about, I was just getting ready to show that. So I can show you I cut, or Molly cut, a larger one here just to show it. I just stuck it on. This is the case for my dial calipers. But so where I came up with this is obviously the O is there, and then you have a C inside of here, and then there's a D right here, and then the number 4, and then you have the E, which is the C and this middle line of the 4, and then a D again, and then the C. So all the letters and the one number are included in there. Basically, I was just looking for something kind of monogram style to put on the inside of the work that I do.
Yeah, just really to use more as a signature than
Yeah, it's really just that's
like a
really
makes
what it
mark.
is. And so you can see it right there. And this one here I elongated a little bit to make it a little bit different. So it's nothing. We're not sticking to any one particular situation, but yeah, what do you guys think of all that?
They said it's crap.
It's crap.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. I do my best. So anyway, if anyone's interested, and I've been doing a lot of anodizing for people. If anyone's interested, hit me up. You can email me. My email's always in the video descriptions. If that's something you're interested in, and we can figure out what it is you're looking for and what you want, and go from there.
Steve said that did turn out really nice, so they don't think we're crap.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Mr. Kluver, how are you doing, sir? Jesse D. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the comments at all.
That's
so.
funny you say that. That'll make for a good cattle brand because I'm in the market for some cattle.
Yeah, we actually.
I get to get baby cow.
Yeah. She's all excited because we're in the market to buy a cow.
Penny says Molly is being a Molly Baskins.
Oh boy, here we go.
Molly Baskin killed her husband.
She's a bitch. Carol Baskin's a bitch.
Carol fucking Baskin.
That's getting started early.
Yeah.
So
you asked for it. So yeah, I get cows.
as you can see, she's very, very excited about this.
Super pumped.
Yeah.
I sold my horse for cattle though, so
Yeah, we got rid of one four-legged furry beast for another.
How did we design the anodizing? That's a secret. No.
How did we design?
Just masked it off pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, basically it's similar to kind of using like a stencil, but really the possibilities are endless. So we can do really anything you want. That's up to you, but like you can see here, obviously I did this design on the outside of this knife, and then I also did my little mark on the inside. Personally, I think it turned out cool, but to each their own.
It did turn out cool because I picked the colors.
So, we can do really just about anything. If you're interested in doing some kind of design, or having your initials in something, or whatever, I don't know, whatever you can come up with.
Yep, whatever I have the patience to deal with.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing. I guess we're not gonna get real super carried away with ridiculous amounts of well, I guess it's all relative. Just understand that there is design work and stuff, unless you're sending us the actual cut file for whatever it is you're wanting to cut. If we have to design it and whatnot, it's going to take time, and obviously we all know the saying, time is money. So
and my time is double money.
So anyway, but yeah, I like, there's some cool stuff that we're capable of doing at this point. So hopefully you guys are digging that.
I might be able to help you out, Big Boar. Just, email the email and Justin can relay it to me. Can you anodize the fasteners in different colors?
If the hardware is titanium, yes. Uh, if the hardware is stainless steel, like on the Penguin, then you can get certain colors with heat anodizing. You can do bronzes, you can do blues and purples, but you're a little bit limited when it comes to stainless hardware. But yes, there. I mean, there's some knives out there that have titanium hardware. Like I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. TRM stuff has titanium hardware, so those you would be able to anodize the hardware. And then I can't think of who else has right off the top of my head. I mean, there's certain knives that have titanium hardware. It's just hit or miss.
Yeah. It's up to who is designing and who wants to put that added cost into the knife, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is there a benefit to titanium hardware over stainless?
No, weight savings is really it.
Oh, yeah.
And then the titanium hardware is more expensive and
Right.
softer as well. It's not as tough and durable as stainless steel is.
Ooh, Bag Monkey wants to get his TS 124 done up like the Statue of Liberty.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
yeah, we can probably do that.
I don't know what that knife is, but if
The
there's
120
space, that'd be tight.
Yeah, the 124 is. I have one. I can show it to you.
Of course you do.
It's possible. I think we can do that. So here, this knife that I have in my hand, though, I got the pivot way too tight.
Get your pivot right.
Right. This knife here is the 165, and this is the original 165 that's all titanium. This one's all titanium and 12C27 blade steel. So this is the OG 165. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty cool. You guys have to let me know what you think. Leave some comments and whatnot. But I would, yeah, like I said, if you're interested in having some ano work done, hit me up. We can figure it out.
And you'll get to have your knife touched by Molly.
Oh, here we go.
Because otherwise I don't touch them.
Yeah, well, that's true. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about here tonight is the old TSA game. So congrats to Mr. Chris Sabo. He won last month's TSA with VG10 at 160 grams. And this month's TSA, which is next Sunday, it's any 400 series steel or Japanese Akudo. So if you're interested, make sure you get your knives submitted they have to be in my post office box by next Saturday. So we've already got a few entries submitted, and I've got a few other people send me messages saying that they were sending them in. I just don't have them yet. So looks like we're going to have more entries this month, which I'm pumped for. But if you want to get involved, all of the instructions are in. I put a video out here, I don't know, about a week and a half ago or so that was talking about the TSA. All the instructions are in that video description. You can also find them in any of the videos that are marked TSA or the Sharpest Apex. You'll find all the instructions, where to send the knife to, and all that good stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to play along, try and win some cool prizes. We've got more strops to give away, courtesy of Sharpening Supplies. So thank you very much, John, at Sharpening Supply. I really appreciate it. They've helped me out, and I am infinitely appreciative for that.
Yes. Super tight.
So they donated the strops and the compound and some other stuff for me to just do this with, as well as given for the prizes for you guys. So that's really awesome, and I really, really appreciate that. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. Hopefully you guys, whoever wants to get involved, you send a knife in. So there you go.
So Chris Sabo actually asks if we can hit a solid green, and I was thinking about it, and I don't really
hit a solid green.
Yeah, with ano. There's not a lot of really good green on our, like a
there's
true green.
yeah, with titanium, you're limited a little bit. There's a couple different shades of green that are possible, but they're at the really, really high voltage range. You're getting
Right.
upwards over 100 volts,
It's hard to get there.
and it just depends on the part. If the titanium, the surface finish makes a difference when you start getting to that high of range, uh, and it's a bit inconsistent up at that level. So you know, and the colors of green are limited. You really get like an acid green, and
And like minty color.
hold on just a minute. I'll grab the color chart.
No problem, Big Boar. We're happy to answer your questions. So, hopefully I don't miss them. And if I do, just ask again. You missed everything, BJ. Where the fuck have you been?
So, so you got some different, like they're calling it purple, teal green, green, and then this opalescent and black. These are for niobium, or niobium. I'm sorry, different metal altogether. So ignore those two because that doesn't apply to titanium. Really, like I said, 105 volts is maxing out your green, but it's really like an acid green.
Can't really see the color very well with
Yeah.
that yellow light.
Sorry, it's artificial light. So there's your color choices at different voltage levels, and you can find this chart online at a bunch of different places. So check out the chart, and you can kind of figure out what color you want. The greens are a bit iffy. So I mean, we can do it. I've done it. I've done multiple knives in green, but
Sometimes the part just wouldn't go there.
yeah, and that was more due to the surface finish. I've learned more since then, but still the greens are a little bit difficult. So really your best bets are like purples, all the blues, bronze, gold, yellow, pink is a really good one. So, those are really your good color options for titanium.
Thanks, Office EDEC. We love that you love our shows. And don't ever kissy face me again, BJ. Smack your mouth.
So what I see, Mr. Kluver, you said that you were looking for an American-made folder with 440C.
Oh, yeah, I meant to go back to that.
Did you find anything other than Buck?
No.
Well, this kind of falls in line with what one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight. So, well, this one, that's a Chinese knife. This is Spyderco, but made in Taiwan. Here's a Spyderco made in Colorado, and here's a Hogue made in U.S. Another Hogue. And then you got stuff like this right here, the Void, which is a U.S. designer, but was made by Riot in China. So this is something that's been coming up a lot, and I wanted to talk about it just very briefly here.
BJ, was that just to win my heart back?
Thank you, BJ. I greatly
You
appreciate
need
that,
to
sir.
do that. I'm just busting your balls.
Thank you a lot. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, because
Steve said no.
he couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So the reason that I wanted to talk about this is because I've had a bunch of people say all sorts of different things, and I had a guy just leave a comment literally right before we went live here tonight, saying that he owns some Tucson knives, but he's gonna not buy any more Chinese knives until the Chinese, well, he said CCP, but I'm assuming he's referring to Chinese Communist Party, gets overthrown. And so just thinking about this and the whole Chinese thing, something that's been on my mind for several weeks. I mean, with all the stuff that's going on in the news, but also, it's increasing exponentially, the number of people that are in the knife community that are saying they're just getting, staying away from anything Chinese made. And I sit there and it just makes me laugh, because if you look at I know for us, people that are in the knife hobby or industry or whatever, this is important to us. And it seems like, companies like Riot or We or whoever, Kaiser and all this and that, that these are big companies. They're not. They're very, very small companies in the grand scheme of things. Like if you added up all of the Chinese pocket knives that are made, all of them, it probably doesn't even account for 1 month of operating budget for a company like Nike or Apple or any. I mean, you can throw down any big company that is in the clothing industry or shoes or technology or anything,
Mm-hmm.
and these same people that are saying screw that, I won't buy a Chinese knife, blah blah blah, are watching videos and recording videos on a Chinese made cell phone. And
Yeah.
you know it,
Just because the parent company isn't based out of China doesn't mean it's not a Chinese product
well, I don't
because
think there's a smartphone made today that does, or I'm for just the standard stuff. I'm sure there's some crazy high end things, but just for this average stuff, all of them are made in China.
yeah, they're
All of
all
them are.
components made by,
So I guess
workers paid ridiculously low wages in a communist country.
yeah, and whatever your feelings are about the politics of China, I think we can all, anybody that's from America anyway, I'm sure has an opinion that it's not real favorable to the way China runs their politics, or runs their country, especially their human rights. However, with that being said, taking a stand for that type of a political stand and doing it with the pocket knife market,
It's
it's
just not
literally
effective.
like shooting. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not effective, right? It's
If
just
you, yeah, I mean, like with, in my opinion, with that kind of a stand, which I totally respect,
yeah,
that's
for sure. Yeah,
fine.
absolutely. But
It's
don't
just very hard to do in today's market, but it's all or nothing, in my opinion.
But don't be a hypocrite. Don't bitch and scream about a $50 or $60 knife. All the while, the message that you're typing out is on $1,000 phone that came from China.
And you just bought $170 pair of Nike tennis shoes
Whatever.
that were made for $5, and
Yeah. And so I'm just saying, like, if the goal here is to put economic pain on them, to cripple them or whatever, this isn't going to do it. I'm just being honest.
Bad Monkey says it's like shooting yourself in the face to kill a fly.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
It's like the idea is, like patriotic or commendable,
yes, absolutely.
it's a very hard thing to really stand behind, because everything's touched by China for the most part. I mean, I shouldn't
Well,
say
not
everything,
yeah,
but
but
a lot of it, and a lot of the everyday use things that we don't even think about, like our phones, which you have to have now.
right. And I mean, things
And
that I never considered prior to this whole COVID-19 deal coming out. Like, I had no idea that the
all of our
majority of our antibiotics or the majority of our aspirin and things like that
right,
come from overseas. I had
those
no idea.
things are more terrifying to me
Yeah.
than
Yeah, that's what I'm
a
saying.
knife or
I'm just trying to put it into some
yeah.
perspective here, because there's these massive multi-billion-dollar a month, or trillion-dollar a year corporations that control the world's food and different things. A 50 or 60 or 70, even a $300 pocket knife doesn't move the scale at all.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm
it's
just saying,
just,
just put
like,
it into perspective.
think about it
Yeah.
before, there's
And
a lot of people that get really worked up about it and go hard, but it's just about one product, and they're just totally turning a blind eye to every other product they touch and purchase that would probably have a bigger effect on the market and that whole stance.
right.
And so I don't know, it just
So
doesn't make sense.
for me, you have good American makers like Chris Reeves here. By the way, this knife here was loaned to me by Mr. BJ Hill, so thank you for that, sir. But Chris Reeves obviously makes great stuff. Hogue is doing awesome work, and these are great examples of well-made knives that are that actually are worth what their cost is. However, you have other knives, which I don't have any right here at the moment, but Kershaw does a great job with this. This is carbon fiber M390, American made. Yes, it's assisted, but it comes in at a reasonable price point. The stuff that I don't like are things that, well, I'm not even going to call out names, but there's all kinds of American made knives that charge insane amounts of money for what otherwise is a piece of shit. Because I've had them. I've had all of them. I've had them through my hands. I've torn them apart. I've done all this stuff. I'm not going to name names, but I'm just saying places that are charging $3, $4, $5, $6, $700 for a knife that isn't as good as this knife right here. And I'm just over it. Just because it says made in America on the box doesn't give you the right to just rip someone's face off price wise just because someone will pay it. So, I have a big issue with that because there's people that exploit the hell out of made in America. And just because it says made in America does not mean that it's the best thing that's ever been made. So,
Yeah.
and I'm going to quote Nick Shabazz because he said it
Thanks,
really
Big
great.
Red.
Hey, Big
Enjoy
Red,
your
thank you, sir.
steaks. We had steaks last night.
Yeah, we
Steaks
did.
delicious.
But Nick Shabazz, and I've heard him say it over and over and over, that quality is all about give a shit and not geography. And Tucson proves it constantly with the stuff that they make. The fit and finish, the build quality is spectacular on those knives. I mean, all of them, every single one, and I've had literally hundreds of them pass through my hands. Even their cheap budget stuff, the fit and finish is great. And compare that to other brands that are charging 3, 4, 5, 6 times the money, it's just not even comparable. So, Hogue does a great job. I really love what they're doing, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of some of their designs, just from an aesthetic standpoint, I still want to support them because they're a U.S. company that's doing good quality work for reasonable money. And I think it's fair what they're charging for their knives. And Spyderco, I hear tons of people go on and on bitching about Spyderco sprint runs and whatnot. But what other company out there puts Maximate on a knife, an EDC knife, and then turns around and sells it for $200? I think you can still buy this pair of 3 for $200. And I mean, I don't know of any other manufacturer doing stuff like that. So I applaud their willingness to go out and try something new.
Well, and they're just keeping in mind that they need to, be competitive in the market and not price gouge people for, the simple fact that people get sick of that really quickly and they'll say, I'm not buying another expensive ass knife or
Yeah.
anything that's got crappy design or whatever, like
Yeah.
crappy steel, whatever you knife people care.
Whatever you knife people care about. And sorry, I don't want to come off like I'm just bitching to be bitching or whatever, but I've been listening to this for weeks and weeks and weeks, and the number of people that have left me emails or messages via Instagram or on YouTube, whatever, that have just said, nope, I'm not, I'm staying away from Chinese knives. These are the same people that 2 months ago were bragging up that Riot was the greatest thing ever, or that we or Kaiser or whoever, Best Tech. I fully understand where you're coming from, and trust me when I tell you. I mean, and I've said it before. I'm about as patriotic as it gets. However, I am not going to just give anybody and everyone a pass and say that these companies that are out there charging these insane amounts of money for knives that aren't even knives. One, they're so thick behind the edge they can't even cut anything. So, and people buy these over and over and over, and for $500, $600, $700, and for the life of me, I don't understand it. Because if anyone looked at that and said, that's not even really a good tool, then immediately the prices would drop to $300 because they're not worth more than that.
Mike makes a good point that a lot of knives made in America use some components from overseas, and that's one thing that always gets me with any product, not just knives, is when it's marked made in America or assembled in America, but that's only because it was literally boxed here in this country.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it was actually made here, but that's a prime example of people taking
Right.
advantage of the situation and that whole made in the
Well,
USA vibe. And it's a shame for, other truly quality
right.
producers.
But in today's world, it's such a global market. Like I had a guy leave me a comment about this little ladybug, and he was talking about how, and it was obviously an older guy because he was talking about how Japanese steel used to be terrible, and what he didn't realize, or I think anyway, what I took from it
Yeah.
was that he assumed that because this knife was made in Japan, that it was made with Japanese materials. The reality of it is that this is made with K390 blade steel, which comes from Austria. Böhler Udelholm is from Austria, and that's where they make the microclean series of steels, which K390 is. So the blade steel comes from Austria. The knife was manufactured and assembled in Japan by an American company and then sent to the US. So, there were three different countries involved to make this stupid little knife. Um,
It's a stupid little knife. I like the little knife.
I do too. I really
It's
like this
open
thing.
mail for me real good.
It's amazing that this thing has no blade play.
I was real mad that you took it off the desk because I went to open up something the other day and you took it and it was gone.
Hey, Alex, what's going on, my man? Charles, what's up? For this tiny little knife, Benny Blade Play, how's it going? For this tiny little knife to have K390 blade steel is super cool, and it's just really functional. Like, I mean, it's like a 2¼ inch or 2¼ finger knife for me, but it works so well. So cool
Yeah,
little thing.
it's a sad thing, huh, Charles?
But
He's
this kind of
same.
stuff here, this 14C28N or M390 or S90V, a lot of these Chinese knives are made with blade steel or components that came from the US. So they're shipping US steel from, Crucible or whoever over there, and then making the product and then sending it back. So it's just everything's interconnected.
Just don't be daft.
Just don't be daft. There you go.
Rascals wants to know if we anode that. I can
I
tell
did.
you that we did, and we did this one too.
Yeah.
We.
Yes, we anode
He
these,
put me to work, and I helped.
and I did a little logo on the pocket clip there, and just did a little Celtic knot on the knife.
Hi,
there.
Blade Banker.
What's going on, Mr. Blade Banker? And so yeah, doing some ano stuff and trying to get do some fancier stuff, I guess, if you will. I can show this off since there's some new Pete folks in the house.
No sandblast. No sandblast.
Nope, no sandblasting on these. These were just straight up ano.
BJ, I'm not getting you anything for your birthday, and neither.
Is it
No.
BJ's birthday?
May 4th or 5th
Oh,
on Cinco de Mayo.
I think you did tell me that already.
Oh, we'll have to send him like a pile of like donkey shit or something.
Literally send him
That would be
a box. Oh shit.
hilarious.
So
And then we need to like get in touch with his wife and have her set it on the porch and then light it on fire.
and then light it on fire. We can
and ring
send
the
it,
doorbell and run.
we can send it with instructions.
BJ, what's your wife's name?
So for those that weren't here earlier, I'll show this real quick. So I came up with this little monogram logo deal just to mark my work, the anodizing work and stuff that I was doing. And so it's an O and a C and a D and the number 4. So all the letters and numbers in there. But I'll show it to you what it looks like on the inside of the knife. So on this one, I did it right there. So, and I, here you can see it's a little ovaled out. I had to change the dimensions a
Look at all
bit.
these May boy birthdays. Everybody's born in May, apparently.
Bunch of May birthdays,
Yeah,
huh?
Barry and Blade Banker and BJ and
Nice.
who knows who
All the B names
All
are
the, yeah, right?
May birthdays.
You guys plan that.
So, anyway, so I don't think we
Bubble.
went over yet, but what's everyone carrying today, or what did people carry today?
We'll have to get
Well, thank you,
one.
Alex. I appreciate it. You like the branding, so Yeah, I'm trying to do some cooler stuff with anodizing, and the options are really just endless. Doing the flame ano and stuff.
And like any artiste, you
Got to
felt like you should mark his work.
Yeah, I got to mark what I do.
8010, a Para 3 lightweight, a Hogue micro switch.
Nice, the Hogue micro switch. That's a
Yeah.
cool one.
Charles carried my Browse Blades Silent Soldier production bug out shuffle. I don't know if that all goes together or.
Blade Banker, thank you, man. I greatly appreciate that.
Boy,
So
thank you.
I also do some flame ano like this. So I was going for a little fade here from blues and purples to bronze. I got a video out. If you guys haven't seen the Spyderco K2, you should definitely check the videos out on it. It's super sweet. Was really pumped on that one.
Got a Field Marshal, an Archbishop Mini,
Nice.
Trevor Berger, LEXK, CFL. I hope, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alex has some really, really fancy stuff. Alex a fancy man.
Oh, he fancy boy, huh?
Yeah, he's a fancy man. He's got all sorts of custom. So I'm not familiar with that particular knife, but I'm sure it's impressive. He's got some really sweet stuff
A
for sure.
Tonto Link and a custom Benchmade 553.
Nice.
Is the K2 gone?
The K2 is not gone. It's actually still
Hi, Gregory.
here. Here, I'll go get it because it's actually sitting not far from me.
Blade Banker's carrying a Spartan Hersey folder. Hersey?
Parsi.
Nailed it the first time. So, yeah. I don't know what any of that shit is.
Here's the K2. I've fallen in love with this. I wish I could find one. After I did all the work to it, it's perfect. The action's perfect. It's just everything about it has been stellar. Blade is perfectly centered. Yeah, there's not a part on this knife that I didn't modify in some way. And I'm really, really happy with the way it came out. But yeah, just waiting on the owner of this beautiful knife, and I'm not pushing hard because I love it. So
I was wondering why it's been here so long. Like,
yeah, just waiting on the guy that owns it. I actually have 2 knives to send him, but so yeah.
BJ says, just keep it. What's he gonna do about it?
Yeah, I would love to keep it because it's a gorgeous knife.
No, we don't go that way.
No, I don't roll like that, but I get it. So
We honest folk. Too honest sometimes.
I'm just reading some comments here, guys.
If Blade Banker says that K2 is sweet, if he doesn't claim it, I know a guy.
Yeah. So I do have a couple of, I've been hit up a few times, people asking about Spyderco's for sale. I have a few. This one here's for sale. This is a Cutlery Shop exclusive Rex 45 Para 3 and blue and orange G10. Pretty sweet. It's like a royal blue or kind of like a Benchmade blue.
Then he's throwing some shade. He says, no, now we know who not to trust. That's you, BJ.
Hey, Patrick, how's it going?
And Mr. Blade Baker, apparently.
So I have that one, and then I have some other stuff for sale. So if anyone's interested, hit me up. You can send me an email, and I'll send you the list of what I got. That'll just be easier.
Yeah.
I do have some really cool Spyderco's coming though. Let's see. Tomorrow I get the Watu. It was supposed to be here on Saturday, but the mail, something happened. I'm not sure, but now it's going to be here tomorrow. So I get the Spyderco Watu and the St. Nick's Mannix 2. And then on Wednesday or Thursday next week, I'll get a new S45 VN Para 2, or PM2, I should say. And then a Delica and Endura. I can't remember. There's some dealer exclusive glow in the dark something. I can't even remember exactly what it is now.
Benny,
But-
we're all joking.
So
And
just
just
some
talking
cool
crap.
stuff.
And just talking crap. Don't worry about it.
I have not gotten, or, oh, Kluver, the 4V Mannix, it'll be here tomorrow. It was supposed to be here Saturday, and for whatever reason, they didn't leave it at the mailbox. Tracking said it should have been here Saturday.
What do you think of the Waypoint?
The Waypoint is a cool looking knife for sure. I I don't know. I'm a little bit on the fence about it. That's one, the Drift and the Waypoint both. I was this close. Which, who asked that? Alex? Yeah, Alex.
Yeah.
I think Alex bought a Drift, if I remember right. Alex, throw it in the comments. And if you did buy the Drift, are you really happy with it?
Yeah, fancy boy, you happy with it?
A couple of Victorinox. So anyway, the Waypoint, it looks like a good one. It's really thin, it's only like, I think it's like 34 or 36, or 360 or 340 thousandths thick. And that's just a really thin knife, so it's dimensions of like the Deca or the Bug Out, even maybe even thinner than the Deca. But about that size. And I don't know. I mean, I know it's Van X. I'm just, they're charging a real serious premium for those knives, and I don't know. I'm just on the fence. If the thing was $50 cheaper, I'd be all in for sure. But I can't. I mean, I've only looked at them, both the Drift and the Waypoint. I don't. I'm not 100% sure. These are just my feelings after doing some research and seeing them online. But
Do you want me to read that?
yeah, Alex, ergonomically and stuff. Do you like both of them, or is there issues with either one?
How do you feel about the Deca?
I like the Deca a lot. I think the Deca is a great knife. I think that it's what the Bug Out should be.
Oh, Christ.
And Super Sisty Steve's in the house, huh? See a bunch of ball sucking letters go by. Do you do that because you're gargling nut sacks, or what's going on here?
But you can only type one letter at a time.
Type one letter at a time. He's from Georgia. Give him a break. No, but the Deca, I think the Deca is, like I said, what the Bug Out should be. If they do a G10 Bug Out, I think it'll be great. And I've modified my Deca slightly. I've put this is actually a Civivi clip on it. But it fits extremely well and works perfectly. And I made it to where the clip sits flush down in there.
Do you like the Deca more or as much as the Ritter?
You're saying which one of these would you buy out of these two? To me, it just depends on what you want. Obviously, the Ritter Hogue is just a much larger knife. It's much fatter and thicker in the handle. For comfort, the Ritter is the better option, but it's also, to me, you can't compare the two because they're nowhere close in weight or size, handle dimensions. But if you're just asking me which one is more comfortable in hand and that sort of thing, I would go with the Ritter Hogue every day.
Penny says buy both.
Yeah,
like
they're both great knives for sure.
Greg, Super Steel Steve he just embodies rude.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes.
And that's okay with me. I totally dig rude.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's my lifestyle.
Yep, it's all good. So, yeah, to me,
Ritter supports a great cause.
Yeah, Doug Ritter, he does knife rights. And he's passed like somewhere between 20 and 30 bills across, getting rid of stupid knife laws in states.
That's tight.
Yeah. Doug Ritter's not only a knife designer, but also fighting for knife rights legislation, which is super cool. So yeah, like I said, Hogue's quality is really stellar on across the board. Their G10 stuff's really great, but hold on a minute, I'll grab another one. even this knife right here, this is the X5. Uh, these knives, these Elishewitz design knives, to me they just have really, the aesthetics are not my favorite. Even after owning this knife, I really don't care for the way it looks. But
It looks real bulky too.
yeah, it looks real bulky, but it honestly isn't.
Doesn't feel like it.
But the quality is fantastic. The button lock is great. Everything about this knife, it's made extremely well. Really, really love the construction, the quality of it, and it's so much better in hand than it looks. I mean, honestly, it took me a long time to even try one of these knives, just because I didn't like the way they looked. And I knew that the quality was going to be good, but I just couldn't get past the looks. This to me looks like something out of some sci-fi movie or something.
Oh, yeah, it does.
But it's just strange. I do, however, love the poon. Gotta like the poon up there. So, yeah, no problems with that. But
Well,
Hogue does some really good stuff.
thank the Lord. Jeez.
The EX01's your favorite big bore? Yeah, like I said, I think everything that Hogue makes at the moment is really good quality, and worth taking a look at. If you like the style, I'd say go for it.
I've got that stupid song in my head now.
Yeah, exactly. He's got dragon statues and stuff. Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, I don't know who Alan Elishewitz or whatever, but every time I hear his name, I just picture an old Jewish man. So for that, for him to design this kind of stuff right here, it's pretty crazy to me because I don't picture some old Jewish man coming up with this kind of thing, or the all the other designs that he's got out there. They're pretty wild. But work extremely well in the hand. I mean, this thing just locks in the hand really well. You got this, um, recessed area, and then you get to finger the poon a little bit right there, a little poon gooch, and and they just work well. And the secondary detent in there is awesome for the button lock. They flip well. Just cool knives for sure.
Oh, my goodness. He looks like a chunky Hispanic guy, BJ says.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I've never seen a picture of him or anything, so I don't know what he looks like.
Oh, no.
But in my mind, I always just think I think of like an old Jewish grandpa with glasses and white hair.
Alex said he would like to hear your feedback on the Sharp by Design Void.
On the Void,
Everybody likes Poon and Poon Gooch.
everybody likes Poon Gooch.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Hi, we're all 8.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm not ashamed.
the Void, if I can get it to open, I really, really like the Void. I think it's a great knife. I'm a little bit on the fence with it from what they cost. I think they're at the very maximum of what this knife is worth. I know people are going to pay more for them on the secondary market and whatnot. In my opinion, Riot's doing good work. It's
Oh no.
it's good.
That guy we were just talking about, he's a former Green Beret, so he's gonna beat us up with his dragons and stuff.
Oh, who, Elishewitz?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh no, no.
Nice. Yeah, Blade Banker. I said Poon and Poon Gooch.
Yeah, Super Steel said Poon Gooch like a Barbie doll.
yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yep.
It's like that right there. That's the Poon Gooch right there. So,
Will you be buying a Sabenza 31?
the 31s are cool. I'll be much more apt to buy one when they come out with the inlays, which is crazy to me because I was actually out at Chris Reeves' factory or building.
Bye, Charles. Good luck with that.
Like a year and a half ago. And while I was there, they had literally buckets and buckets of parts for the 31s. I took a bunch of pictures of them with the inlays, with burl wood and micarta. I mean, they had all of them there, and I posted a bunch of them on my Instagram. This is back when I like very first started my Instagram, and so this would have been what, back in, I don't even remember what month it was that I was there.
Way
But
back
getting
6 months ago when I first got on the Instagrams.
oh, here we go. So it close to a year ago. I think we're getting pretty close, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Not 9 or 10 months ago, something like that. And they had all the parts ready to go for the 31s. Had all the inlays, I mean, like I said, buckets and buckets of parts. And then they just now have started releasing them. And to my knowledge, anyway, they've only come out with models like this one right here that are in raw titanium. They haven't released any of the inlay models yet. So I do like the new 31 inlay better than the two lines. But they're nice. Going back to me, I would rather have the Void XL. And this is purely just because I have really large hands. So I like the Void. I think it's good. I certainly like Brian Nadeau's work. He's doing some cool stuff, no doubt.
What's
But
up, Stasa?
I feel like this is at the very, very upper end of what this knife is worth. That's my opinion. So
You'll leave it there.
I'm gonna leave it there. Yep. Hey Stasa, what's going on, man?
You missed a funny comment by Charles before he left.
Okay.
I'll read it to you. He said, perpetual juvenility because of our poon gooch talk. And he said, on that note, I'm going to go get some poon. I'm no longer letting you get in the way of my sex life.
Nice.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And Miller and Metal, he says if he has twins, he's going to name one poon and one gooch.
Nice. One poon, one gooch.
Yeah.
Mick, are you asking what the price is of the Void? If you are, this knife sold for between 300 and 350, I think, depending on options. So right in that range. But to me, that's really, to me, this should be like a, 220, 250, in my opinion.
Hey, Jeff, just talking about poon and gooch.
Hey, Justin, what's going on, man? Just talking about poon and gooch. So, for those that came in late, I talked about the poon on this Hogue right here, and then referred to it as a poon gooch. So, just so you know where I'm coming from with the poon gooch.
He's lying. It was dirty talk.
Yeah, the Void's pretty cool, Justin, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Boar said it's a bit much for that knife.
It is. It really is. But, it is what it is. I mean, to me, I get, things are worth what people are willing to pay for them. So, they sold out. So, obviously, but for the materials, for the fit and finish, for the quality of it, I'm not like completely blown away. And then I was a little less than excited when it showed up. I mean, Brian Nadeau had set a precedent that you would get a hard, like, Pelican style case with all of his knives. Now that's a decision that he makes as the buyer, if you will. And he chose to save money on this one and not send those boxes. So this came in just a shitty little cardboard thing. I thought that was kind of, honestly, I thought that was kind of shitty of him, because the last 3 or 4 knives he had done with Riot, he had bought, paid the extra to have those boxes. And with the Void was the first time that he didn't even mention it. He didn't say they're not coming with the box. He didn't tell people that up front. They just, when they showed up, they didn't have the box. And I fully expected for it to come with a box. Now, again, that hard plastic box is not that doesn't make the knife better or whatever. But I just feel like if you set that sort of precedent, you would at least better
Convey that to
you would
people.
better convey that when your last 4 or 5 models came with the box, and then now all of a sudden it doesn't come with it. I just feel like that was a little disingenuous on his part. But I would have just felt better about it had he told everyone, hey, it's not coming. I understand you're used to this style of packaging. That's not what this is coming with. If he would have done that up front, because that's a decision he had to make up front. So he knew it going in.
Yeah.
But, hey, Slicey Dicey, what's going on, man?
Charles is on a roll. He didn't leave to get poon.
Oh, Charles didn't leave to go get poon,
You
huh?
lie.
Full of lies. So, Charles, you tried to blame me for getting in the way of your sex life? That's what's going on here? Oh, that's awesome. So,
Thanks, Benny. You didn't have to do that.
Benny Blade Play, thank you very much, sir. I greatly appreciate that.
Presentation does mean a lot.
So,
Especially when you're talking poon.
yeah. And poon gooches. If you're talking the poon gooch, you know, presentation means a lot. It's all about the delivery here.
Why'd that hippo get wrecked? Do you see the...
Oh, yeah. Wrecked. That hippo
Oh,
is
no.
wrecked. I don't know.
That's sad.
I do not know.
He's so fat he broke the chair. Ditto. Are you who told us about a Navy guy from Hawaii who custom makes leather wallets from a few different styles?
No, that was not me, but I do remember something along those lines on Big Red's SKL last night. I think that was something that someone was talking about there. I'm just moving some stuff out of the way here.
Watch out for the taint, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So, did anyone go out and check out Northwest Knives in Boise, Idaho after watching some of my videos?
Das offern mir.
Did you get a t-shirt from Aaron at Northwest?
Nope.
That he's talking about wallets.
Yeah, I figured.
Das Offenir.
He a German guy?
Well, that guy is.
Ja, das ist gut.
Yeah.
Du kannst mich mal am Arsch lecken. This used to be a family show, yeah. That
Yeah, Penny, sorry about that. It's kind of gone off the rails the last few weeks.
it's really probably my fault because I just have no filter.
Yeah, my wife is extremely foul-mouthed. And so
But you know,
I got a video coming soon on this guy right here. So if you're into the old Tyolite Chris, yeah, throw out some ridiculous stuff here.
Bedlam.
The Bedlam, yes. The Bedlam's a great knife. I really, really like this thing a lot.
Yeah, I know. You talk about it like all the time.
It's so much better. It just blew my mind. I just never thought that I would like it as much
No,
as I do. But it's super cool.
It is kind of surprising because I would not look at that knife and think, yeah, you'd like that.
Slicey, if you wash it for too long, you know what'll happen. You'll just stay in the shower longer, I guess.
Yeah. Your wife might
go
wonder.
Blind.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Hairy palms.
Yeah, hair. Yeah, what? Yeah, I don't even remember what all the things are, but yeah.
Going off the rails of the crazy train. That's right. And Penny says, Poon and Gooch and Molly Baskins. Molly fucking Baskins.
That's right.
That's right.
Carol Baskin's a fucking bitch. That was Super Steel Steve in the background. Fucking bitch.
Right?
I'll kick your ass, bitch.
Presentation matters when talking about Poon. That's damn right.
That is
Steve.
damn right. Lion Knives, what's going on, my man?
Oh, it's Slicey Daisy said it'll go off. No
Sally
doubt.
two-stroke. Now we're talking two strokes?
Oh boy, don't get him started.
Oh yeah. You're getting right in there now.
OCD and lady. I lion knives. I'm no lady.
Yeah. Most of you guys don't know, but I'm way into two strokes, dirt bikes, snowmobiles, yeah, all that kind of stuff. We haven't talked about those kinds of things yet, but yeah.
It hit my knee.
Oh yeah. Nice. Yeah. That one hurt you, huh?
Yeah, this is the second time.
Oh, you'll be all right. Suck it up, Sally.
I'm getting there.
The old two-stroke Sally. So anyway, guys, hopefully you guys all got your entries in. Or Steve, did you send an entry in for this month's TSA?
Honda two-stroke.
Nice.
And not about the size of the worm, all about how you wiggle it, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, bro.
What Honda two-stroke are we talking here, Big Boy?
All of them.
All the
Not
Honda
'cause I said
two-strokes?
so. What kind of bench stone should I get for reprofiling an M4?
I like diamond. So I've got DMT stones, but check out. Hold on just
Waste
a
of
minute.
diamonds.
What's
I
that?
don't know about you guys, but that's a waste of diamonds.
They're not the kind of diamonds you're thinking of.
I don't know. You just glue them all together and get one big one.
Check out sharpeningsupplies.com. They got you squared away. They got tons and tons of stones and all sorts of different grits. You can get DMT extra coarse for something like that. But doing M4 stuff of that quality, you're going to need some pretty aggressive stones, especially if you're going to reprofile it. So you're going to need something pretty serious, or you're going to be there forever. So, but Sharpening Supplies, they've got everything you've ever wanted and more. So check them out. You can hit up John. He's the owner there. You can tell him you heard about his place from my channel, and I'm not sure what he'll do, but it wouldn't shock me if he gave you a discount on some stuff. I mean,
No promises.
good bench stones are expensive. So like I said, hit him up. Talk to either Kirby or John at Sharpening Supplies. John's the owner. Kirby's the guy that works there, but both are really great guys.
I just want you to know Super Steel Steve has 0 standards for his poon.
Oh, yeah.
He said so.
Hole in a heartbeat optional.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, man. Your poor wife. I just assume all of you guys are married. I don't know.
No, we're not done with the 400 series, Steve. We're next weekend is the 400 series show. So get your knife sent in. It has to be to me by Saturday. The 250R. Nice. Mm-hmm. CR 250R. It's a great bike. Love the 250Rs. If you were a real man, though, you'd have a CR 500.
Ooh.
Brat.
How's it going?
Brat. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Jeff Smith, how are you doing? Taz's World, what's going on?
Oh, hey. Where you been at?
Yeah. So, yeah, for those, if you came in late, next week is the TSA for the month of April, the Sharpest Apex game. If you want to get in, sharpen up a knife in any 400 series steel or Japanese Akudo. And then we will, live on next week's Sunday show, we will be testing the knives on this little machine right here. You can see Chris Sabo won last month with VG10. And yeah, so look forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. Got some cool prizes to give away. So there's a random draw prize, as well as the winner, whoever has the sharpest knife.
Taz's World thinks he's funny.
Does he?
He's got yucks. I said, where you been at? And he said, Tasmania.
Nice.
Penny said, YZ400.
There you go. YZ400. Nice. Nice.
18 to 80 blind, crippled, or crazy. Can't walk, drag it. What?
I'm not sure what that is. Me with knives.
The 250 bored out and tuned was big enough for me.
It was good enough for you, yeah. The 500's a little bit of an ordeal. Like for anyone that rode 500 two-strokes back in the day in the 90s and whatnot, the KX 500 and the CR 500, they were gnarly bikes that literally you shifted up into the corners and stuff on a motocross track. They were crazy. But anyway, yeah, the CR 250 is an awesome bike, no doubt. So, yeah, hopefully everybody gets their knives sent in for the TSA. It should be cool. Should be a lot of fun. Sounds like there's quite a few people that are sending their knives in for that show. So that'll be fun. I guess since I got a couple autos out here, we'll throw a few others out. Some side opening autos. Danger. Yeah.
I don't know, but this one just
a V-Storm 650 and an M8, a Suzuki. Are you talking an RM80?
RM80. She's yeah. It says
Oh,
RM80.
it is RM. Hell, but
You need glasses
apparently
now?
I'm getting old. Yeah, the Suzuki RM80. That was actually one of my very first dirt bikes back in the '90s. They were rocking. My first dirt bike was a DS80 because my dad was a moron and everybody else had PW50s, and I got a Suzuki DS80. But then I went to an RM and then a YZ. Yeah, they were crazy. Cool bikes for sure.
Big Boar says, throw that boker away.
Throw the Boker away. Got it. It's gone.
Right in the trash.
How about this one? Does that work for a button lock instead? It's not an auto, but it's a button lock.
Alex says he used to ride a Husky 125.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Husqvarna makes good stuff for sure. But
I had
yeah.
a ripping Kawasaki 125.
Yeah. Molly rode the KLX 125 for a
Real
long time.
slow.
They had a whole
Steady.
they had a whole mom's ride Wednesday.
We had a mom squad Wednesday, and we go ride with the little kids, and I mean they were all 6, 7 at the time,
Four.
little bobbleheads.
4 to 7 years old, and the 4 to 7 year old
ripping ass around us.
yeah, just smoking the moms around the motocross
They'd
track
go
all
past
night
us,
long.
and we'd shake, like, oh.
They're all on little automatic 50s, just hauling ass around the
It
track.
didn't matter. It was fun. Then we'd have some wine, maybe before, maybe after.
You rode on the handlebars of your brother's bike. Nice.
The bike I rode was a mongoose. I had a mongoose too, dude.
Oh yeah, I never had a mongoose.
Mine was purple with white tires.
I had a sick ass green and white Diamondback, and I had a Schwinn Predator that was pretty badass too. Reliving glory days.
Right?
I like all the Bokers. Right on.
That big black knife is wicked scary.
I had a GT as well, Benny. Mine was all chrome. My GT was all chrome, and I think if I remember, I'd had some black decals that were made me think of what was that? Cubert with the stacked blocks. Yeah. The stickers kind of look like that. I remember on the backbone. Yeah. The GT was super cool as well.
Hi, Andrew.
What's up, Andrew?
Yep.
Nice.
Mine was purple with pink tires.
Oh, I didn't have any pink tires.
Of course it was, BJ.
Yeah. That brought out the color in your eyes, didn't it, BJ?
And when you laid down some skid marks, they were pink.
You can't be laying 6 skids with pink tires. The hell is this? Freaking tires look like Pepto-Bismol. Dude, if you would have grew up in my hood, we would have ridiculed you hard.
Cubert is not, that doesn't make us that old.
Yeah, Cubert was actually kind of going out of style. I was on the tailing end of that, but I was just trying to think of the stacked blocks.
Yeah.
I'm a child of the 90s though, for sure. So BBC knives. Are we just talking big black cock knives? Is that what we're talking, BBC?
Or are we talking about is there a knife
the
made
news?
by the BBC?
No, not that I know of. The knives are the BBC's anti-knife, that's for sure.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping up all
Penny
the water,
says that
lady.
she's way before Cubert.
Nah, you're young at heart.
Yeah, that's right.
If you think we're funny, you gotta be.
Right on, guys. Well, yeah, we've been going for how long? Oh, almost 70 minutes here. So we are going to... You can't use the same hood and ridiculed in the same sentence. So we are going to do another shit show Sunday coming up here really soon. It won't be next weekend. Next weekend will be the TSA. So tune in for that. Hopefully that'll be a good time.
Big
And
Boar, send Justin an email about the autos. You guys can talk about that. He's got some autos he could send you to check out.
yeah, that's cool for sure. Yeah, you got anybody wants to contact me, you can hit me up on Instagram, OCD for EDC, or emails in all my video descriptions.
They don't want us to leave.
They don't want us to leave. Well, we got some TV to watch.
What we gonna watch?
I have no idea.
We
I
haven't
just
watched
said that.
TV all day.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, we'll be doing another shit show Sunday coming up really soon. And our daughter wants to get involved in that, so that should be fun. I gotta wait for some stuff to come in. If anyone wants to send in some crazy shitty knives to or whatever, any sort of gear related item that is extra douchey or shitty, feel free to send that stuff in.
Right.
We got a couple weeks.
Glad to check it out.
Yeah, we'd be glad to check it out on screen. So we had a lot of fun when we did that a couple weeks ago, and so just looking at doing it again. So if anybody's got some crap gear that they want to send in for the show, I would greatly appreciate that. My post office box is in all my video descriptions, so feel free. You can send anything you want there, and yeah, should be good. We'll give you a shout out. Go ahead.
Yes, I know we're all in quarantine, Blade Banker. We could just sit here and do this all night, I suppose.
We could.
I do have to actually leave the house tomorrow for work for a little bit though, but we could, I would survive. I know. Bedtime's a little lax lately.
Yeah, so BJ, yes, we'll be offering free disassembly on the shit gear. So just to let you know,
yes,
if you want to see how
absolutely.
something works, whether it comes apart easily or not, we're disassembling it.
Yeah.
So just know that for sure.
Me with knives, we have watched Tiger King in its entirety. We are old hats and know all the deets.
Yeah. Carol Baskin's a fucking bitch. So, yeah, Tiger King. If anyone on here has not watched Tiger King,
You have to.
must do that immediately because it is epic.
Andrew Tite from the Philippines. That's cool.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah, Andrew sent me an email.
Yeah.
All the way from the Philippines.
Wow.
So, I think we'll
Do we have
be
to
sending
exit?
a knife that way pretty soon.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Do we have to exit Mr. Rogers' neighborhood now?
I don't know, KLC. I'm not sure what we're talking about. If that's just because this is kind of a R-rated show, then yeah, sure, I guess.
What was this Brew Brothers? Is it funny? I need to know. Is it dumb and funny? Because that's like the
I don't
kind
know
of
what we're talking about.
we were. So guys suggested we watch a show called Brew Brothers.
Oh,
So we'll have to check that out.
yeah.
If it
yeah,
doesn't
I'm not sure what it is.
my attention right away, I don't know. We'll have to see.
It is not funny. It was disappointing.
Killed her husband. Whack.
It's very dumb funny. Yeah, Carol Baskins definitely killed her husband.
Fed
I
him
would.
to tigers. They snacking.
Yeah, yep, they
What's
snacking.
happening? Can you tell I hang out and watch TikToks a
Yeah.
lot?
So yeah, definitely Carol Baskin killed her husband, and I'm sure she thought she was going to be the one that looked good in that whole series, and then it comes out that everybody thinks she's nuts, which I find so funny to
She
me.
is so mad.
Oh,
right
I'm sure.
now. It's
I'm
great.
sure she's just beyond
They
beyond
reopened
furious.
her case too.
Really?
I've read.
Oh, I don't believe that, but
There's new evidence.
oh well. If there's new evidence, then that may be true.
We'll see. I can't wait for the next update.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. But
Yeah. Alex said too. They reopened the murder case.
oh,
See?
yeah. Oh shit.
See. 2 people means it's true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be real, guys. That bitch was a streetwalker when old boy picked her up.
Yeah, she wasn't in a fight and just happened to be walking down a street that everybody in that area has said is
Known for hookers in Nebraska. That
sex
area.
worker territory.
Yes. So, yeah. that whole area of Nebraska where she quote unquote got picked up and she was just mad and was walking down the street crying.
And then spent the night with a man
Yeah,
she held a gun on.
Yeah, she was hooking. And yeah, so that whole deal, that whole story's horse shit.
Bitch, be a hoe.
Right, right. So she just snagged herself a dude that had money and bought a bunch of cats. Mm-hmm. And then got mad at him and said, "Oh yeah," and fed him to the tigers.
Yep.
So
Lot lizards are different. She was street walking.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Carol Baskin, 31 flavors. Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
Say.
The van
exactly. The van at his airstrip. Did anyone else find it hilarious, though, that he was known to get into a lot of plane accidents, flying accidents?
Yeah, that didn't seem as crazy to me, but
I thought it was hilarious. Like,
yeah.
if that happens a lot.
Well, I used to have an ultralight airplane, and crashes happen a lot when you're talking small aircraft, and not as serious as what most people think they are. Because most of the time you're not actually lawn darting yourself. You just, glide down and, maybe hurt the airplane, but generally speaking, it's not the end of any worlds.
It's just funny.
But, yeah, I'm convinced she killed her husband. And then, all the characters in that show, I think a lot of them have got mental problems. And, in some cases it's sad to watch, but it's such a massive train wreck you can't look away.
I think they're all just narcissists.
That could be. Yeah.
Is all it is. They're just so self.
I loved after the fact the toothless dude that did every interview without a shirt on said that Channing Tatum should play him in the movie.
Right? They're talking like Channing Tatum and Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. These people
like,
obviously
have
got
some liberties.
Yeah, these people obviously got freaking some magic mirror shit going on because they should be talking like Joe Dirt and
right,
and the cast of what was that bitchy girl with the big fat mom that was on the little princess girl with the big fat mom.
Toddlers and Tiaras, but it was Honey Boo Boo.
yes, yeah, that girl. I don't know the names. That's the people that should play these people, not actual movie stars.
I think Honey Boo Boo's mom is in jail.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Didn't
for drugs.
she got like lost a shitload of weight and
she had bariatric surgery and then did a lot of drugs, I guess.
Good God, there's some train wrecks of people in this country, aren't there? Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Well, you have a lot of fun when your
kids
making you lots of money.
Chucky at the end when he's just cruising on the freaking jet ski.
Yes, Mama June. There you go.
There you go, Mama June. Perfect. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a majestic scene of him just cruising the waves on his jet ski with his flowing locks in the wind.
Yeah. When they said Mama June, all I could think there was when Deadpool says to the cab driver, "It's like Mama June on a hot summer night," or whatever. It's not good. It's not not good. No, yeah, that's what.
Don Bon.
Yeah.
You missed a lot.
Don Bon, what's up, man?
Put you.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there'll be Tiger King episodes on South Park for sure.
Oh gosh, yeah, I need to get back into that.
It's been a long time since I watched South Park.
Probably college.
Last night though, when I was on, I was watching Big Red's Saturday Night Live, and what the hell movie was it that came on? Oh, it was Dodgeball. Right before you went to bed. But after that, I wasn't paying any attention. And then what just auto played next?
Oh, that's always fun.
Was Team America.
Oh, America! Fuck yeah! Come and save the motherfucking day, yeah!
Absolutely. That's if anyone has not watched Team America, it has the best puppet sex scene that is in the history of movies.
Oh, Kim Jong-un or Il back
It's Kim Jong-il.
Okay.
But
and him saying, "I'm so wrong."
I'm so wrong.
It's so funny.
Yeah, that's pretty hysterical.
Yeah. Love it. What kind of clips on the Deca?
Actual
knife question.
Yeah, an actual knife question. The Deca clip is off of a Civivi. I I don't remember which Civivi model. It's one of the longer ones, but it fits perfectly. Actually, in one of my videos, actually, it might have been live. I used a file to file down the G10 just a little bit so it sits flush down in there, and yeah, it works out perfect. Retention's great, way better. It comes right to the right. The loop over is perfect depth, and you can buy this straight from Civivi. They're like $11.
Yeah, Mick.
So
It was puppets.
yeah, it's puppets for sure, and it's
Schrader?
hilarious.
Question mark?
What?
Shredder?
Oh,
Schrader?
shredder. Civivi shredder. Yeah. The shredder are probably here. I'll tell you.
Tell your daughter
Here's-
hi, Alex.
There's a Civivi shredder. Is Alex out of here?
Yeah, he's feeding his daughter.
Right on, Alex. Have a good night, man. Later on. So yeah, Civivi shredder will work. Same clip. If you compare it, all the Civivi clips are the same. Here's a Civivi McKenna. Same clip. It's just a little shorter, so you can see their length difference. So all the Civivi models have a very similar clip on them, but it's just a really great functional clip. It's pretty unobtrusive. It works well in the hand. I'm just a big fan of that clip. It works extremely well, and I wanted something black on this particular knife, and the bolt pattern works perfect for the Hogue. So,
Do I see a smock in 20 CV there?
yes, you do. Your eyes did not deceive you. This is a smock in 20 CV. So definitely a cool knife. And yeah, to my knowledge, it's the only dealer exclusive smock that's been made yet. But it's a cool one for sure.
Tight.
Is the Civivi shredder also made for a little bit harder use? I would say the shredder is, I wouldn't say it's a hard use knife. It's got really thin blade stock. I would say it's just a full size EDC knife. It works well. Action on it's good. But as far as like just overall strength and whatnot, I mean, the blade's not going to be really strong. You can see that I can flex it quite a bit right there. It's D2. So, in comparison to something like this, they're not comparable as far as strength goes. But even something like this here, I would say that the Civivi is a lighter duty knife than the RSK
You
or
said
the Ritter
duty.
Hogue. I did say duty. It's it's a long blade, but it's not real robust. So take that for what you will. Like, I think you'd have to be dicking around pretty hard to really break this thing. So I mean, it's gonna require doing something pretty serious with it. But still, it's a G10, relatively thin liners. There's a lot of weight relieving going on, so it's just not a super robust knife.
Have you heard if the bombshell will be released soon?
The bombshell should be coming out pretty quick. I do know that I'm getting this coming week. Some S45 VN is about to come in by way of a PM2. So that's cool. So that'll be the first S45 VN blade that I know of on a production knife. And then the bombshell, I'm pretty sure, is supposed to be out in June, I think. So we still have another month or two there.
Where can I get Ansa Vivi Alimentum?
You just have to check the retailers, man. I don't know for sure who's got an Elementum.
If somebody
Those-
does and
those-
you're looking to sell it, help the guy.
Yes, just check all the normal retailers. Anybody that sells Civivi, the Elementum's a cool knife. To me, I hear people talk about it all the time and talk about it like it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to the knife world. It's fine. Like, it's just a knife.
Maybe hyped up a little bit too much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hyped up a little more than it should be in my opinion, but that's fine. It's a fine knife. It's nothing terrible, but
Yeah.
it's nothing unbelievable either.
I'm not sure what Me With Knives is referring to, but he's asking, will it cut open a bag of potato chips?
Yes.
So
All these will cut up a bag of potato chips.
is that considered hard use, medium use, or light use?
I'm going to say that
I
that's
think
light
is what he's
use.
getting at.
This is really similar to the Civivi Elementum. This is the Ferrum Forge drop or mass drop, formerly known as mass drop gent. Cool little knife. This one's, like I think they're right at $100 with the carbon fiber or something around that neighborhood. The Elementum's a little cheaper than that. I think they're around 60 or something, 55, $60. But it's not titanium. It's not S35 VN, but that's about the kind of knife you're looking at with the Elementum. The Elementum to me is just kind of boring. It's a fine knife. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, there's nothing that special about it either. To me, for that type of knife, I'd rather go into this right here, this Barlow handle design. And this is 14C28N. So you're getting better blade steel and it's cheaper. So, that's just me. And it's titanium construction on ceramic bearings, ceramic detent ball. So to me, that's a cooler knife for less money.
And you can make pretty colors.
Yep. And a really good Civivi is this little guy right here, the McKenna. McKenna's a great little knife. It's a cool little front flipper.
Knife, yeah.
And even for how small it is, even for my big ass hands, it works fine. So that's a cool one for sure. I like the McKenna. But a lot of the Civivis, the designs are just kind of plain, really. I mean, I like the shredder. If it weren't for the blade opening hole, I don't think that I would like it as much. So
yeah, I could see that.
If it didn't have that, the rest of the knife would be kind of blah to me. But there's other Civivi designs that are kind of like that, like the Chronic. It's cool. That new one, I can't remember the name of it, but it's almost identical to the Chronic. I can't remember what it's called. No, it's not. It's not the Chronic 2, but it should have been because it looks almost identical. But anyway,
that's a great album.
It was a great album, for sure. All right, guys. So if anyone, like I said earlier, I got a few Spydercos left, some cool ones for sale. If anybody's interested in any of that, hit me up, send me an email. I'll send you a list of what I got for sale currently. I got a bunch of Tucson's on there for sale as well. But yeah, we're going to pack it in for tonight. We've been going for quite a while. We're just shy of an hour and a half. Thanks so much for the people that donated. I greatly appreciate it. There's all sorts of costs associated with these channels and whatnot. And so every bit helps that we can recoup. So thank you so much for that. And yeah.
Thanks for the support of just coming into the chat. And it's really fun talking to you guys. It's great. And yes, Big Boar, I am definitely down with the old school rap.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's really great talking to you guys and, being able to answer your questions and entertain you. And I have no idea why you guys like me around, but I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, guys. So thank you so much, and we're having a good time with it. I hope you guys are too. Remember, if you want to send in some gear for the Shit Show channel, BJ, thank you, sir. We really appreciate it, man.
Boy, you already gave us some.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rascal. Wow, you guys are too kind. So,
guys,
anybody wants to send some stuff in for the Shit Show Sunday, it's coming up in a couple of weeks, so there's still some time. If you want to send in, that'd be great. Like I said, my P.O. box is in all the descriptions of all my videos, and then my email address and stuff. If you ever want to contact me, feel free. You can hit me up on Instagram. And yeah, thanks so much, guys. We greatly appreciate it, and we will catch you next time.
Yeah, peace. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Steve.
It's Steve?
Yes.
Thank you, Steve Kluver. Sorry, I don't know if you can even hear me yet.
Steve.
Thanks so much, guys. Bye.